Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the workshop. It is fantastic to have you here. We're joined by Alex, who's here from the Netherlands, and we are making a competition chopper, which is extremely exciting because we messed up two. And where are we now on this one?
We're halfway through the hand sanding on this one now.
Fantastic. Where are you aiming to get to grit-wise on this?
We're going to go for a 180 grit this because we're going to do something special to the finish.
I'm very excited for that. I'm also very excited that Skillshare is sponsoring today's episode. Skillshare is the online learning community where there are over 22,000 courses in everything from business to photography to videography to graphic design and more. And the best thing is Skillshare is giving the first 700 of you who click my link in the description down below 2 months of access for free. Thank you very much for joining me. Thank you for being here, Alex. Let's get to it.
Alright, so I got the blade up to a dirty 150 grit finish on the one side. Now this steel is hard. This is giving me a hard time, but we're getting there. Next step is get the other side up to the same point. And now I'm gonna do the spine.
That blade is looking tidy. And that's only 150 grit, right?
180.
180 grit.
It is.
So even at the low grit, because the scratches go so neatly down the blade, it still looks really, really nice. And I think it's got a really nice type of finish. It's gonna work well for a chopper. But you've had an idea.
We have discussed doing a stonewash finish on this blade.
Stonewash. What is stonewash?
Stonewashing is the process of etching the blade to a nice dark gray and then tumbling it with either ceramic rods or stones or other abrasive materials to get that disturbed finish on the blade.
So you blacken it and then you drag it behind a truck?
Yeah, that's
and that's stonewashing?
Yep, that is.
I think we can do that. So to get our nice black finish, starts with the ferric chloride, and then how are we going to progress from there?
Then we're going to wipe it with the quadruple O steel wool and dip it again and wipe it just to get it as blacked out as we can.
So it's going to be similar to what we did on the Hamon, on the falchion, in terms of acid, bicarbonate of soda to neutralize its steel wool to just help kind of deepen that contrast up. You should be wearing your glasses. I'll get them for you. I should have spotted that. So it's into the ferric chloride we go. Dun, 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 dun. This is intense work. What happens? Will it all of a sudden become Damascus steel in the ferric chloride?
That'd be cool.
Or will it remain O1? Right, you want one of these? Look at that! That actually looks really cool. There's something awesome about it. Have a look at this. It looks almost wood grainy. Anyway, here's your steel wool.
Into the water.
And you're just gonna scrub it with the steel wool. So this is the same finish you're using on your knives back home.
My stonewash is my standard blade finish now because I really like it.
I really like it. I like it too. Alex very kindly made me the gift of this little knife here, and it has that stonewash finish. This is how that's gonna come out. And it's cool. It's a really nice looking, subtle finish to a blade, keeps it black. So I'm excited for us to do that on this piece, because this actually looks a lot better than a cold blue finish, which obviously we've experimented with in the past. It can end up a little bit splotchy. This is probably a little more durable too. So in for etch 2.
Yep.
And then back in for another scrub. That looks really good. One of the reasons we degrease blades, and you did degrease this.
Oh yeah, thoroughly.
But there's a spot right here on the spine where it hasn't blackened, and that's probably, there was just a little bit of an oil spot. What we could probably do is give this a wipe, and then try and degrease this again before our next etch, so that hopefully that blackens up. He knows stonewash, I know Damascus. A little exchange of knowledge. Scratch it up slightly. Let's see if that clears up now. Look at that, didn't clear up. Great, so how many more cycles of this?
Well, it depends. Are we satisfied with this color or do we want it darker?
I think it's getting pretty close. Maybe one or two more?
Let's do it.
This has been acid etched. Next step?
Next step is the actual stone wash.
So we have some premium, exquisite stone washing gravel. It involved me at 7 o'clock this morning before I left doing some of this. And then I took a bucket and now we have that premium stone wash gravel. Hard to get a hold of. So what is it that we need to do?
We're gonna put the blade in and shake this thing all around the shop.
Simple as that. And so, that was so silly. This stuff is expensive. Blade goes in, lid goes on. That looks really,
Oh yeah.
really cool. What do you reckon, a little more?
Yeah, a little more will do.
We got the stone wash done. It's looking good.
It is.
I really appreciate you showing us that little tip. What have you got set up here for us?
Glued one of the scales up on the blade and we're ready to drill the hole through it.
And this is that John Saunders NYC CNC trick of 2 pieces of masking tape with some super glue in the middle, and that temporarily holds this on, and then you can break it off nice and easy. You can use a mill, different size drill bits, pop some holes in there, and then do the same thing on the other side, right?
Exactly.
Great.
So I've drilled the holes through the scales and what we now need is the correct size pins.
So that is where I come in again, because we're gonna need to do some turning to make a couple of these pins. One of these pins is gonna need a hole in it for a lanyard, right? Which obviously needs to be done on the lathe, and I also need to turn down some 4mm pin stock. So we're gonna turn up some pins. So, what did you do after we got the pins made?
I've ground the front of the handles to about a 30-degree angle and then sanded it up to a 600 grit before glue up.
Now, why are you grinding the front of the handles before these things are glued up on the knife?
Because you can't do it after glue up.
You
Because
can't do
the
it.
blade will be there.
And so you end up scratching the blade. So you've got to get all of that nicely finished up before it goes on the knife. And so what does that mean? The next step is?
Next step is glue up. God, are you okay? So the next step for me is take that blade out of the clamps, get into the grinding room and shape that handle. The handle has been sanded to its final finish. All it is to be done left is oil it. One final little detail to put in the blade before sharpening is the sharpening notch. So what a sharpening notch really is just this small notch between the edge and the ricasso, and the purpose that it serves is basically ease of sharpening. It prevents you from damaging that nice plunge line at the ricasso when you're sharpening the final edge. And now all that's left is oiling the handle and sharpening the blade.
That thing ate through some fruit. You've done an amazing job finishing that off. That is a spectacular piece, and what you guys can't see, which is so amazing, is the handle fits in the hand so nicely. It's a really, really nice piece, but of course, this is a competition chopper, and there are certain things that they do in chopping competitions which do exist. And one of those things is cutting rope. Here we have a 1-inch hemp substitute rope. Can we cut it? You want to do the honors?
I'd love to.
Oh! Where did it go? No! It didn't make it through!
Not first try. I can do better though.
Maybe it's a technique thing?
Yeah.
You think so?
Speed.
Speed? Okay. We didn't get it first try, so we're gonna lower this. There we go! Oh, that one went through like a charm. Little technique in there that needs to be had.
More speed.
Speed?
That's all it was.
Brill.
You want to give this a go?
Absolutely. Technique. Here we go. 1, 2. You are a lot better at this than I am. This is it. 1, 2. Yes! At last! Alex, do you reckon with that knife you can make it through that rope?
We are going to try. Oh yeah. Not quite.
Woo! There we go. Yeah! That was awesome, man. That went through amazingly. Shall we give it a go on a 2x4?
Let's. Yeah.
Here we go. Whoa! Woo! That is a beast. You want to give it a go, Alex?
I want to.
He is a beast. Whoa! That's unbelievable. There we go, Alex. Great work. That was so cool. 2 2x4 chops. But of course,
Did it.
the question is it still sharp enough to cut paper, to shave?
You want to do it on this?
You can go for it. Oh my goodness. That's not so bad. After 2 2x4s and all that rope. Oh my goodness, this is phenomenal. This is a testament to the heat treat. This is a testament to all the great work that you've done, Alex.
Thank you, man.
This is phenomenal that this still shaves, and I bet it is still shaving arm hairs. Well, that there is a phenomenal piece of work. Outstanding job, Alex.
Thank you, man.
It has been a pleasure having you here. That's the end of his trip. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys go follow him on Instagram @BullBlades. It's been a pleasure. Let's thank today's sponsor, which is Skillshare. Skillshare is the online learning community where there are more than 22,000 online courses in everything from business to photography to videography. Of course, one of the things that we love about making these YouTube videos is the ability to make them really beautiful. This episode was, of course, filmed and edited by Jamie Popple, and we love making these videos look good. And you can learn how to improve your skills behind the camera and while editing on Skillshare. The course that I'm going to recommend right now is called DSLR Filmmaking from Beginner to Pro by Jordi Vanderput. And of course, the first 700 of you that click the link in the description down below are going to get 2 months of Skillshare for free, so you can go and have a look at that course. You can start absorbing knowledge. Once that free trial is up, the premium membership is only $10 a month anyway. Thank you all so much for joining us on this series. The Viking sword is going to be back soon once we get some bog oak finally here at the workshop. Of course, Alex is sadly on his way home. It has been a pleasure having him here. So I do hope you go hit that link in the description to check out Skillshare and check out Alex too at BullBlades. It's been a pleasure as always. Thank you. Bye-bye.